we're gonna turn this into this. That's right, we're gonna make a vest today. It is so cold this winter and I love vests for layering under my jacket. So I hit up the thrift store and I found the perfect jacket to turn into a vest. You might think this is going to be really hard because we've got layers of fabric, we've got filling, all kinds of stuff going on with this jacket, but it's actually very simple. Here's the jacket that I picked up at the thrift store. It fits really great in the torso. Now we just gotta remove those arms and finish those edges. The first part of this process is going to be chalking out the armholes. So this jacket here is a raglan sleeve, so we don't have an armhole to follow, but that's totally okay. We are gonna mark it out. I'm gonna put it on the dress form today so that way you can see it really well. But if you don't have a dress form, that's okay. Put it on, chalk it in the mirror, or grab a friend and have them help you as well. The first thing we wanna mark is the tip of the shoulder. So go ahead, put some chalk there. I am using a water-soluble fabric marker. So if you're using a dress form, you're just going to keep following the ridge of the arm plate that's on the dress form. Just keep feeling it and work your way all the way around the armhole. And if you're doing this on yourself in the mirror, you want to mark the crease of your arm going all the way around your armhole. We're going to continue marking this all the way around the armhole. So now that you have one roughly marked out, it's time to go back to the table and do some truing up. So we are gonna cut this one off and then we're gonna end up placing it on the other side and using it as a template so that way they turn out symmetrical. So don't worry about marking the other side. By truing it up, I mean evening out those lines that I drew when it was on the dress form. So let's true it up and cut off that sleeve. I'm going to be using a French curve because it has a nice armhole curve shape on it. You can use a straight ruler, but a French curve is preferred. So I'm going to line up part of my dashed line here on the ruler and make a nice smooth armhole line down to the other one. So this here, that was basically an accident when we were chalking. So we want to come down, this up here looks good. And now we're going to flip the jacket over and do the back. You can see how wobbly this line is, and we really want to true that up. So we are going to use our French curve and just get a nice smooth line in there. And you can see how much nicer that looks. So that one's no good, this little piece here is no good, and we have our nice smooth line. You might be asking yourself, but what about seam allowance, Anastasia? Well, since we mark directly at the tip of the shoulder, when we sew it, it's gonna come in just a little bit, which is what we want. We don't want the vest hanging way over the shoulder. So basically, seam allowance is already included. Now you can cut right at that line you just trued up. I like to start at the tip of the shoulder, and I'm gonna cut through all of the layers, about a ½ inch, and then I'm gonna separate them because our front armhole curve is different than our back armhole curve, and now we are just gonna work our way all the way around. Make sure you're cutting through the lining, the batting, any layers that you have in your jacket, but just the front or the back layers first. I'm gonna work my way all the way to the underarm here, and then we're gonna stop and flip the jacket over. I flipped the jacket over to the front, and now I'm gonna start at the top of the shoulder again and go ahead and clip all the way through all the front layers, making sure I'm just cutting through the front layers. We wanna make sure we're not cutting the back as well. And then just work your way all the way down to the underarm. And there we go. We have separated our sleeve from the jacket. Now we're gonna take this sleeve, use it as a template, place it on the other sleeve, and cut. I have the jacket right side face up, the front of the jacket, and now we're gonna take the right side of the other sleeve and place it right sides together, so front to front, and then we're going to weight it down. You could also pin it, and then right here on the outside, the bottom one is the one we want to trace, so that way we get the same shape on the right as we get on the left. Now we have the same curve as the other armhole. Now we're gonna do the same thing to the back sleeve, lining up the back of the sleeve I cut off with the back of the sleeve of the jacket that we need to cut off. line up everything nice, put a weight on it or pin it together. And now when we come up here, the front of the sleeve is in the way. So what we're gonna do is just fold the front of the sleeve back, and then we're going to trace the back of the sleeve that's underneath. Just keep everything nice and flat. And there we go. Now we have the back of the sleeve chalked out. Now we can use those chalk lines as cutting lines, and if yours are looking a little bit wobbly, just true them up before you cut. Now we have both of the sleeves removed, but we have to finish up those edges. Speaking of edge finishes, if you're looking to learn all about them, make sure you check out my Sewing 101 online course. You can check that out at the Anastasiasewingacademy.com. And if you're loving this video, make sure you like and subscribe. Also, if you're a fan of sewing up new patterns, make sure you check out the Pattern of the Month Club. You can also find that at the Anastasiasewingacademy.com. Our next step is to make sure that all of these layers here stay together, so that way when we finish it, it's nice and easy for us. So what we're going to do is line up all of these layers, and we're just gonna run a straight stitch about 1/8 of an inch away from the edge all the way around. Now we're gonna stitch all of those layers together, nice and close to the edge. Back stitch at the end and cut. And if you were having a problem sewing all of those layers, moving and slipping and not pulling evenly, you might want to try out a walking foot for your sewing machine. So now all of the layers are sewn together nice and close to the edge, and it doesn't have to be 100% neat right now because we are going to go back and finish it off with a bias facing. And if you don't have any bias tape at home, that's okay. You can totally make your own. Make sure you check out my videos on how to do that. Links will be down below in the description. We're going to take the right side of the bias tape and we're going to put it on the right side of the jacket. We're going to open up a crease in the bias tape if you bought it from the store, or if you didn't, just lay the edge of the bias tape with the edge of your jacket. Just really make sure this is on the right side of the jacket. We're gonna pin it all the way around. We're also gonna take this edge here and we're gonna fold it back so that way it lines up with the seam on the jacket. Now we're just gonna work our way all the way around the armhole. When you get back to where you started, you want the bias tape to overlap about 1/2 of an inch before you cut off the extra. So we're going to overlap it, and now we can cut off the extra. And this one you do not fold back. This one folds right over the fold on the other one. And now we're gonna sew all the way around the armhole, and we're gonna sew about 3/8 of an inch away from the edge. Now I'm gonna stitch all the way around the armhole, right in that crease of the binding, making sure I take out the pins before I get to them. And I also have my walking foot engaged. A lot of machines don't have that, but if yours does, make sure you engage it. Or put on a separate walking foot. When you get back to where you started, overlap your stitches by a few, back stitch, and cut. Let's go over what we just sewed and go over our last step. So you can see we have it sewn all the way around the armhole, right in that crease of the binding. Now what we need to do is take the whole piece of binding and we're gonna flip it to the inside and stitch it down. But before we do that, we wanna release a little bit of tension because of all of these layers here. So what I want you to do is snip through everything about 1/8 of an inch away from that seam. So this is going to release some tension here going around the armhole. So we're gonna snip every couple inches all the way around. Now that we have it clipped, we're gonna take the entire piece of bias tape and we're gonna fold it to the inside of the jacket. We are going to pin this down. That's a bad pin. The underarm's a little thick with that seam there, but we're just going to fold this to the inside all the way around. You want to try and fold it right where the seam is, but I know depending on the jacket you chose, this could be really, really bulky, so you might not be able to get a perfect fold there. So if anything, just make sure that that binding is folded towards the inside. We're just going to work our way all the way around the armhole. Now we've got it all pinned up. We're gonna sew right on the edge of the bias tape, about 1/8 of an inch away. Make sure you backstitch. If you have a needle down button, engage it so that way you can stop, readjust your sleeve. Make sure it's nice and flat so you don't get any puckers in it. Keep it pressed towards the inside so that bias tape is not going to pop outside of the armhole. You get back to where you started, overlap your stitches a little bit, back stitch, and cut. We have the binding sewn on and it's looking beautiful and finished on the inside and on the outside. Now we're gonna do the exact same thing to the other armhole and then we get to try it on and check out how it looks. Check it out, we now have a puffer vest with beautiful finished detailing. Let's take a look at it. Look at how nice and finished it looks at the edge. We have our matching stitching there from sewing down the binding on the other side. And if you wanted to make this a bigger armhole, you could totally cut it deeper or cut it out more. It's totally up to you and your style preferences. And how easy was that? We made a vest just like that. I love upcycling. I love thrifting. The magic of taking something and transforming it is so much fun. If you try this technique out, let me know. Tag me in the post. I would love to see how you transformed your jacket into a vest. Thanks so much for watching today. If you have any questions about this process, leave it down below in the comments and I will get back with you as soon as I can. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know when all the new videos come out. I put out a few videos every single week. And if you're in Chicago, come on into the design studio and take some sewing classes with me or pattern drafting classes. But if you're not here in Chicago, no worries at all. We now have the Anastasia for online classes. So check that out. Links down below. And don't forget to follow me on all the social media so that way we can stay connected and creative together. And I would love to know what kind of videos you would like to see coming up. So leave those down below in the comments so that way I can add them to my shooting list. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.